Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a quick cargo mission here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. As you can see, the wind is blowing quite strong here. Alright, so we're going to go up to our lovely cargo Cessna 172 Skyhawk. I believe this has the G1000 in it. We're going to go ahead and prep it for takeoff. We're going to go get rid of those. Cover off, static port cover off, get rid of the chocks, and I think we're ready to go flying. Let's go ahead and get inside. Alright, here we are inside of the plane, our lovely Cessna 172. We're gonna go ahead and get the, let's go ahead and get head tracking going. Alright, my head tracker works. Let's go battery and alternator on. Let's go avionics on, so that's coming on. Beautiful. Let's go beacon light on. We're gonna do the fuel pump for about 5 seconds here. That's good. Alright, let's get our strobe light on. And let's get some fuel in. Mixture about half. And let's start her up.
Captain,
right,
are you
start.
ready? Great. It's Joey, your dispatcher, you know? Just a quick reminder about today's job. You're carrying goods in bulk on this flight. Standard shipment for our partner based in Madison, but super urgent. You must reach Griswold ASAP. The skids have high tolerance with turbulence, but make sure you keep the delivery smooth and on time. All relevant information is in your flight packet, which is uploaded on your map as a reference. Safe skies ahead.
Alright. Looks like we got our flight plan here on our EFB. Alright, let's go. Nav lights on, taxi lights coming on. And let's go ahead and announce taxi to the active runway here, or the runway here.
Kilo Alpha India Yankee Traffic Cessna Kilo Alpha India Romeo 1 is taxiing to runway 22.
Alright. We announced our taxi. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the parking brake. And let's give it a little bit of throttle. Let's get rolling. Alright, let's taxi to the runway here. I like this view. Alright, looks like we're gonna go ahead and cross this runway. Alright, so like I said, this is a medium cargo mission, and of course, lovely bugs in Microsoft Flight Simulator. There is some stuff right in the middle of the taxiway, some lights it looks like. Typical shenanigans.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Beautiful. Set. We're gonna go landing lights can come on, taxi lights can go off, windows are all closed. Let's announce taxi for takeoff.
Kilo Alpha India Yankee Traffic Cessna Kilo Alpha India Romeo 1 taking off runway 22 north departure.
Alright, let's go. Parking brake can come off. We announced our takeoff, so let's go ahead and line up on the runway and get airborne. Forgot where we are exactly here. I think it's somewhere in Virginia, I want to say, or like South Jersey or something. But alright, let's just take a quick look here. Flaps are not set for takeoff. We're going to take off flaps. Alright, speed up. Let's go full throttle. Alright. There you go, flying. Alright, 55 knots. We're going to go ahead and rotate. Alright, lovely takeoff here. Let's see where it wants us to go. Flying. I believe this might be in Virginia Beach, I'm not sure. But quite a bit of turbulence here. Departure. Just go ahead, flaps up. Alright, there's our pattern it wants us to follow. Go ahead and make this left turn. Alright, let's start getting autopilot ready here. Let's go ahead and set altitude of about 2,000 feet should do it. Alright. Making that left turn. Just a bank angle. A bit aggressive bank angle. Ooh, look at the beach down there. Beautiful. Alright, so we're in the air. Climbing nicely. Looking good. There's the airport we just took off from. There's the lovely beach. I want to say this is Virginia area? Or is this just South Jersey maybe? Might just be South Jersey actually. I never did the mission before I accepted it, but here we are. Alright. Just about 1,500 feet. Go ahead and level off here. We can also go ahead and reset our heading bug to this heading. Let's go heading mode and let's go altitude hold mode. That's fine. I think we could go ahead and put our autopilot on. Just to throttle a little bit. Not over speed here. Alright, autopilot's on. Throttle coming back. Get that right into the green. Alright. Good. A little fast. Just reduce the throttle a little bit. Just coming down to 1,500 feet. Once it levels off right there, we will put a little bit of throttle back in. Keep her in the green arc. And a decent speed, and we're looking good. We're on our way, I believe, to Connecticut, or is it Boston? I honestly can't remember. I took this mission and I'm like, let's just go. Looks like it's Connecticut based on this. We're gonna fly over Long Island. And yeah, looks like we're going into the Connecticut area over here, I believe. Good old New York. Alright. Day here. I think this is the Jersey Shore area we just left. Could be wrong. But we're flying this cargo up to Connecticut. Just get that horrible lines off. Let's go nav mode. Left turn here on the head into intercept the nav. Alright, so we have GPS mode armed, and it just picked it up. So it's going to follow our magenta line here. Once GPS gets picked up, as you can see over here, let's look. Yep. So it's going to get to our magenta line, and then it's gonna make a right turn and oh, there goes our right turn. As you can see, it's capturing the magenta line. And here we are. Gonna go up the East Coast here to Connecticut. Looking good.
2 hours later.
So I believe this part of Long Island, that might be the Jones Beach area. That might be where the monument is. That might be the Meadowbrook Parkway. All the way to the left. Then the Wantagh Parkway, I believe. And then over higher up here to the right, we should have the Robert Moses Bridge. That brings you back into the Bay Shore of Babylon area. Could be wrong, but this does look like the Jones Beach Strip here in Long Island. Alright, here we are arriving into the Connecticut area. Let's go ahead and announce our position. Get ready
November
for our descent.
04, traffic
Autopilot's
Cessna
coming
Kilo
off.
Alpha, India Romeo 14 miles southwest 1500. Ford inbound to land runway 24.
Reduce throttle and power here. Let's go ahead and start our descent into Connecticut. Alright, let's follow the traffic pattern they have laid out here for us. Get head tracking back on. Looking good. Looking good. I hope this is a legit airport and runway we're gonna land at. Because you know how a flight simulator be doing. Sending you on some wild goose chases.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Right into this entry right there. Alright, looking good. Start to bring the speed down a little bit. Alright, so landing lights still on, that never came off. Looking good. Everything looks good here. In the white arc, start putting some flaps in. Continue to reduce our speed here. Still haven't seen the airport yet. It's just below me. Outside view. Looks like it's maybe some little field we're gonna land on. Great. Absolutely great. It's a little strip, but that's fine. We will figure it out. Alright, let's continue following the traffic pattern here laid out by the sim. Give it some throttle. Let's get one notch of flaps in. Looks good. This left turn here. That's final right there, which is absolutely weird. No idea where it wants us to land, but typical flight sim. Typical Flight Simulator 2024. Always an adventure. I still haven't seen the strip where we're gonna land.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Let's go ahead and reduce speed some more. Get a second notch of flaps in. Oh boy. So now it's saying we're on final. Oh, I see that little runway over there. Okay. That's what we're aiming for. Got it, boss. Got it. Announced we're on final. Alright. See what that has. Alright, looking good.
November 04, traffic Cessna Kilo Alpha, India Romeo 1 is on final runway 24 to land.
Let's get this trim nicer here. Continue our descent. Losing too much airspeed. Put a little bit of throttle back in. No, way too much airspeed being lost. Alright. Jeez, it's bumpy over here. Let's not get too fast. Keep that nose coming down. Ooh. Jeez. Very unstable safely. Actually went a lot better than I expected.
That was easy.
A whole lot better than I expected. Alright. Here we are in Connecticut, and we're safely underground. Oh. Of course. This doesn't make any sense. It's gonna ding me for nonsense, but... typical flight simulator shenanigans. The Holden short point was right up here, now it disappeared. What is it wants to go to the parking stand? Alright, fine. Let's figure out where that is. Of course, it's down that way. Great. Look at this runway. Just look at the runway we landed on. Look at the size of this runway. Unbelievable. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Only some shenanigans. Alright, let's go ahead and try to turn around here. Start cleaning up the airplane. And get those flaps cleaned up. Back up. So turn in this little spot right here. Alright, flaps coming up. Let's go ahead and try to turn and taxi back to the parking stand. Great job, Flight Sim. It dinged me saying I entered a taxiway without announcing I was on a taxiway. Meanwhile, I'm still on the runway, but hey, that's the joys of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 career mode. Alright, safely on the ground. Let's get this guy as cargo, end this mission here, and get our money, and be on our way. Come on, I can't even see the air sock in the trees. Come on. What kind of airport is this? Come on. This is the shit that has me lying. Like, look at this. My plane could barely fit right there, but whatever. That's the joys. The scenery does look good around here, though. The water and stuff. Alright. Let's go ahead and park her up right there. It's really a good entry. Yeah. We'll take that. We go parking brake on. Mixture coming off. Let's get our beacon lights on. Off, strobe lights, landing lights, all those lights off. And we're shutting her down right here. Mission success. Beautiful.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
And the simulator just crashed. Never a dull moment. See you guys in the next one.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel.